All right, guys, pictures up.
Pictures up.
Pictures up.
Let's roll sound.
Rolling.
Rolling.
Sound speeds.
Camera speeds. 2. Awesome. Take 2. Mark.
Set. And action.
Welcome to the Penn Cinema Podcast, your behind-the-curtain connection for movie news and reviews. Now here are your hosts, Penn Ketchum and David Moulton.
Welcome to the show. I'm David Moulton.
I'm Penn Ketchum. What's up? David, I got my shirt on.
I saw that's a spiffy
ready.
shirt.
I'm ready. Yeah.
That is your Penn Cinema Podcast shirt.
Yes. Well, I wasn't sure if anyone would know it's my Penn Cinema Podcast shirt, so I took out a Sharpie and wrote on the front of it, "This is my Penn Cinema Podcast
Just to make sure.
T-shirt."
Yeah.
Shirt. But I got good handwriting, right? It almost looks like it was printed on. Yeah.
Almost.
Almost.
I caught, there's just a little bit of like squiggle.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's marker, isn't it?
We got to talk about something.
Yeah?
2 of our favorite listeners are currently out of state.
No.
Little Kaylo,
Kaylo?
is in the Big Apple. She's loose in New York City with a boy.
Oh my goodness.
I was tempted to go and supervise, but I was assured that, in fact, she's not 12.
We should have planned a trip to New York just to, like that, like ex-husbands. Just happened to coincide.
What's up?
And it'd be great because I'd constantly be like, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
It was his idea, but it was really my idea.
Right. That would be perfect. And then the other thing is little Marley Bear is all the way down in Florida. Also with a boy. I mean, I'm just saying, David.
I think we know what the problem is.
Can we talk through this?
And it's clearly boys.
Right. I failed as a father.
Yeah. We all know that boys are no good.
Oh, my goodness. Well, anyway, yeah. So we got everybody out of town. And and even with that, for some reason, it throws us off recording on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I haven't done anything since I last saw you. Even though the house has been quiet and whatever. Right. But I'll tell you, and this is a little segue into news that we didn't put on the show notes, but I'll just give you the update because while you're listening to this, when you are listening to this, while you are listening to this,
wait, to this? While I'm listening to this.
During to this.
Okay.
In this current present moment while you are listening.
Right. Like not now.
No.
But when you're listening.
Later when you're listening.
Right.
Right. While that is happening, there will be guys. Several. And maybe some women. I don't know who's on the job.
People.
There will be people.
Yeah.
In the lobby of Penn Cinema tearing out the box office.
While watching a movie?
Right. Yes. They're going to do it in shifts. One person's going to watch for 10 minutes. The other guy comes in. The first guy tells him, here's what you missed.
Yeah, don't worry.
And then he runs out and swings the hammer for 10 minutes. Then they switch back what I miss.
Wow. What a way to watch it.
Yeah. So anyway, so construction as of by the time later when you're listening to this will be literally underway. And I could not be more excited. I am giddy.
Now, for people who might not know.
Right.
Because I know we got a new listener last week.
Yes.
Who then said to me, is it always that long?
Only on the good weeks, buddy. Only on the good weeks.
Only on the good weeks. What construction is happening?
Okay, so...
And this is in Lititz.
We're talking about Lititz, Pennsylvania.
Not Huntington Valley.
Not Huntington Valley.
Not Wilmington.
Not Wilmington, Delaware, but Lititz.
Right.
In Lititz, when you walk
Pennsylvania.
Lancaster County.
Okay.
Right. North America.
Oh, thank you.
Right. Just south of Canada.
Western Hemisphere.
Right. North of Mexico. West of Italy, though.
Oh.
Yeah. Right.
Wow.
But east of Hawaii. Right.
Now you're really narrowing it down.
So when you walk in our lobby at Penn Cinema in Lititz, just south of Canada, you will... For the last 18 years, you've walked in past a box office.
Right.
And for the first few years that we were open, you had to stop at that box office first to buy your ticket. You didn't have it on your phones.
No.
You didn't have a computer.
That's right.
Or I guess you had a computer.
You just did not have a computer, period.
Right, maybe both.
Yeah, at home, anywhere.
Right.
No computers.
But like when we opened the theater, like I've thought about this frequently. I remember when we opened the theater, everybody thought I was cutting edge because I had a blog that I used to post on our website with construction updates.
Yeah.
And it was super fun, but like there was no Facebook, there was no social media. Never heard that word before. I had a flip phone, but certainly not texting or, anything like that. And so people would come in and line up at the box office to buy their tickets. Do you remember those days? Yeah. And on a good day, on a really busy day, frequently the line would burst out of the vestibule out onto the porch, onto the sidewalk. So anyway, a number of years later, after we opened, we started selling tickets through the concession stand, and then pretty quickly we started selling tickets exclusively at the concession stand. Mm-hmm. So for at least, I'm gonna put the number at 10 years.
Yeah, that's what I told someone. I said it's about 10 years.
Yeah, so at least 10 years since we have used that box office, almost literally for anything. Mm-hmm. The back side of it that faces into the lobby sometimes serves, you could say it serves as like community. People put flyers there. We put Find Living Lancaster is the main tenant of the customer service desk. So anyway.
We hosted the Lancast from behind the desk one year.
Did we?
Yeah.
Or did you?
It was for an event, so you were here, but
yeah.
It was like
that's cool.
Star Wars or something.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. I don't remember that going down, but I'm sure somebody asked me about having a podcast in the lobby, and I'm sure I was like, a what now?
Well, by that time you had been on our show a couple times.
Oh, okay.
So you would have known.
I was a little hip to it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, all of this is to say, for the last 18 years, whether you bought a ticket or just walked past it, you walked into our lobby past the box office. And as you're walking in on the far right, there's 2 restrooms and then some dead space. Mm-hmm. What we are starting with construction is we're literally tearing out the box office, and where the footprint of the box office in a few short weeks will be a walk-in beer cooler. Wow. A walk-in cooler for 24 kegs of beer.
Wow.
Yeah. And then so that beer cooler, that walk-in cooler will support a beer wall, which is self-serve beer, and you will buy your card for the beer wall. Or if you're not into beer, or if you don't want to you don't want to serve yourself, maybe you just want a bottle of Yingling or something, or if you want to buy a mixed drink or a glass of wine or some other cocktail, we have the beer wall, which will be in the footprint of where the box office is, and then along the wall next to the men's room is a new full-service bar. So all of what I just described is phase 1. And that's what we're starting to work on Monday. And then when you're walking into the building, to the right is going to be this big, new, beautiful bar. And to the left is still going to be our concession stand, but we're tearing the whole stand out. The counters, the cabinets, everything is out.
Wow.
And we're rebuilding the whole thing. We've learned a lot about what we want in a concession stand. And we've lived with the stand that we built in 2006. And we're ready to make some changes. We're moving doors, and we're adding fryers, and we're expanding our menu. It's going to be legit.
Now, here's the question that I've gotten when I've been like, when people see the thing that's been playing before movies, and you can bring that into the theater?
Yes, absolutely. Or the IMAX. The food.
Yeah.
The IMAX. So we're not going full dine-in.
Right.
Because nobody likes that.
Right.
That had its moment in the sun and has proven to itself that nobody likes that. But we do want people to be able to buy a nice sandwich or some finger food or some fancy French fries or, whatever, good pizza, and carry that in with them. They can bring their drinks in with them. Eventually we'll open a bar in the IMAX building, but that's down the line. But until then, you can stop at our bar, buy a drink, and carry it over to IMAX.
Yeah, I agree. The only time that I think the dine-in works is when it's a theater house built for it, specific, like that. Not like, what's the one that's out by Exton? Like that one, everything revolves around the food, and then it works because you order, you get served your food before the movie starts.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
and you can call a waiter during the movie, but it's engineered to not disturb the movie.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's like it's more set to like actually eat. Whereas if you go to more of the local ones, we won't name any real names or anything.
No, nothing real.
But I've heard that it's very disturbing because it's not stadium seating, and you got the waiters like scooching through,
Right.
and stuff.
And it's all willy nilly.
Yeah, it's like it's almost like, oh, we should also do this, and
Right.
it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. The way I've described it to people is, if you're going to build a restaurant and your shtick is that you are going to be able to show a movie after your dinner is served,
Right.
like a cruise ship, everybody eats at 6:00, and everybody kind of gets settled, and at 6:20 we're going to start
Yeah.
Wicked. Then there's a place for that.
Yeah, that's what the excellent place is.
Right,
like.
right. But that's few and far between, and that's a restaurant whose shtick is serving is playing movies. It can't be a movie theater whose shtick is serving a dinner.
Right.
You know what I mean? It has to be, and that's why I think it's so tricky to get it right, and that's why we're not doing it, because we are movie guys. We're a movie theater, and we're trying to enhance the movie going experience with an expanded menu, but we're not trying to also become something different. You know what I mean? We're trying to enhance the movie going experience by offering drinks, which in this day and in 2006 when we opened, you couldn't find, maybe in Texas, but you couldn't find a place where you could buy a beer on the way in.
Right.
And now it's so normalized. It's almost like, wait, what? This theater is great, but you don't have drinks? You know what I mean? Like, it's so common now that everybody expects it. And this is the other thing that, I'll just say one more thing about it and then we can move on. I don't want to take up the whole show, but Drew and I started talking about this before the pandemic.
Oh, wow.
Like, we started talking in 2018, 2019 was around the first time that Drew said to me, Penn, we really need to do something with our menu. We need to improve things. We need to, provide a broader array. And actually, we had serious conversations with people about, so we bought a full-on liquor license. But back then, we were, trying to learn the ropes and trying to figure things out. And we talked to people about getting a brewery, like a satellite license from a brewery or something like that, or a distillery. And so we went through all that, and we were, sort of learning our way and making plans and daydreaming and trying to, bring this massive idea down into focus so that we could proceed. And then that was when the pandemic hit. And so this is, I think, a sign of our, continued recovery from the pandemic, that we're now back in a position where, we're going to, take these steps forward that we started talking about 5 years ago.
Wow.
So it's really exciting. When I say I'm giddy, I'm giddy. This is going to be amazing. And what I've been telling the kids that work here and my team and everybody is, this is a historic time. And in the future, you're going to come to Penn Cinema and you're going to be like, well, I remember back when there was a box office.
Yeah.
I remember when you weren't able to get drinks.
Right.
Popcorn machine used to be over there. It's going to look, when this is all said and done, which by the way is March or April. The bars should be done in March in time for Snow White, and then the kitchen should be done in April. When this is all said and done, physically, Penn Cinema is going to look and feel totally different. For the better, of course, but it's going to look different. It's going to be pretty wild.
It's amazing. And I want to applaud, because it's not just a change, like visual or like if you're, we're just redoing, like we're just remodeling. Like, this is such a huge business change.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be some good bumps in the road to learn how to do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's a whole new,
right.
It's a whole new game.
Yeah. Which, by the way, maybe I should mention in case you haven't seen it elsewhere, we will be adding to our team, and we're currently in the market for a food and beverage manager. So this is somebody with experience.
Right.
We don't know how to run a bar, so we're not looking to hire someone, who doesn't have experience, because we're not in a position to train them. But somebody with experience in managing food and managing a bar, and somebody who would come and be part of our team here. We've gotten a bunch of great applicants, and I'm not at all worried about filling the position. But it never hurts to put the word out there.
Right. There you go.
Yeah. I don't know what Connor O'Connor, how he feels about painting, but
Yeah. We have some ladders you could fall off of.
right. If you know someone who likes to fall off of ladders, have I got a job for you?
Well, speaking of falling off ladders.
Yes.
Universal Studios has pushed Shrek 5 back.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about A Better Man.
No.
Oh, okay.
Come on now.
No, right, okay.
Universal Studios has pushed back Shrek 5
Wow.
while moving Minions 3 up a year.
When were these previously scheduled? Shrek 5 was this year, right? 25, or was that 26?
I think it's a 26 change.
I would have sworn Shrek was Paramount.
Oh, really? No,
But,
it's
I mean,
Universal.
I would have been wrong, but I'm saying
Yeah.
I associate it with Paramount.
That's
for
why you
some
don't
reason.
swear.
Right.
That's why parents say don't swear.
That's it. That's it. What do we think of this?
I think it's a whatever thing. I think that it's good that they're not competing with each other.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
But,
I mean, 26 is going to be stacked.
yeah. Someone asked me, they're like, well, what does 2025 look like for a year of movies? And I was like, I think it's looking really good.
Yeah.
There are a lot of I think the trend has changed where we were just flooded with superhero movies and stuff. And we're getting a ton of dramas and stuff this year that look not like a second thought.
Right.
Like, they look good. And I was like, I think we're in a trend change, and that means there's going to be a lot of good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I totally agree. I am super excited about 25.
Yeah.
And I mean, we should maybe talk. Maybe we can plan next week to talk about 25. Take an overview.
Okay.
Because then that would be super fun. Next January, we could play back what we said about 25.
Yeah. How naive we were.
Right.
Broken by the year.
And but it is always fun. Like, I always use the example of Wicked is a great example. Wicked is a movie, I saw it on the calendar in 2023. I knew it was coming at the end of 24, and I knew it was going to be good, big Thanksgiving movie, but I had no idea it was going to be, the juggernaut that it is.
Right.
I just so it would be fun in maybe next week we can just take a second to look ahead to 25, and then it would be fun in January of 26 to look back and be like, how we didn't even mention whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some big movie that's $1 billion gross, and we didn't even see it coming. Every single year that happens. But I tell you what I do see coming.
What's that?
Mission Impossible.
Oh, yeah, that's coming. That's hard and fast.
That's going to be legit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's an interesting thing. I know that normally we wouldn't necessarily report on this, but Wicked is still showing in theaters here.
Wicked is
and
not just
performing
showing. It's our number one title.
Right. And it's been thrown to premium video, PVOD as they call it.
A week ago or so.
Yeah. It is now brought in $70 million in PVOD sales, which is crazy, and it's still performing in the theaters. Do you think this is a good or bad sign for the future? I mean, good on them for doing it and for everyone still making money.
Yeah.
But I feel like this just reinforces throw it at home video as fast as possible. You know what I mean?
I know that we love, when I say we, I mean I. I know that we love to speak in extremes.
Right.
Frequently I say something, this is great or this is horrible. What I think about this particular piece of news is I wish they put this out on video New Year's weekend or something like that. And so we had New Year's Eve on that Wednesday, and I wish we would have put it out on PVOD the following Monday.
Right.
Do you remember?
Well, just like you, they want to make the money from the weekend.
Well, they did it with Fall Guy, which was, I forget what weekend it was, but it was some holiday weekend. And I was like, dear God, why wouldn't you wait till Tuesday, get that theatrical gross over the weekend, and then on Tuesday put it online? I don't think PVOD goes is as affected by weekends as theatrical is. Anyway, so all of that is to say, I would have liked them to have waited until the following Monday or Tuesday. But with that being said, I don't see this as a huge end of the world problem. We do have a lot of other really good movies that are, doing great business. And I think that any studio executive looking at, what to do with their content, with their material, they have to acknowledge that Wicked made almost $1 billion. They're closing in on $700 million at the theatrical box office.
Yeah.
And they would not have sniffed that, if they hadn't had a theatrical run.
Right. I think the thing to remember here, though, even to go against my poo-poo argument, is that it's PVOD, which is premium video on demand.
Right.
Which means it's not like, we're not saying, oh, they threw this on Max.
Right.
Or Netflix. It's like, to watch Wicked at home, you're spending 20 to 25, 30 bucks to watch it for, I don't know what the period is, 24 hours or whatever. So it's not, at that price, it's almost comparable to go to the movie.
Right.
If it's just one or two people. Now I understand if you have like a house party, you're saving money, but still.
Right.
If you have that many people, you're going to be more comfortable in a theater.
And I think a couple things about this from a business point of view. I think this is kind of like when we talked about Disney Plus supporting Marvel by having good Marvel shows on Disney Plus. I think this is similar in the sense that looking ahead, I mean, I'm going to want people to come back to Wicked 2 in November of 25. And if people are going crazy buying it at home and watching at home, all that's doing is reinforcing the great positive experience they had. And to some degree, it's underscoring how much you love that movie. And then maybe next week when you're trying to decide whether or not to come out to the theater, maybe you'll be like, oh, Wicked's my favorite movie. I've only seen it 7 times. Let's go see it in the theater the 8th time,
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Speaking of Wicked,
I guess I'm trying to say, I don't think it's altogether terrible news.
Right.
I wish they would have waited till, January 3rd or whatever that date was, but
I think it would be more of a poo-poo if it would have just been straight to Max or something.
Yes.
That would have been more concerning.
Well, that would have been.
They wouldn't have made $70 million at home at that price. Speaking of which, I forgot to put this in the news, but Wicked 2 has changed its name.
Oh.
It's not called Wicked Part 2. It's called Wicked, because the director said, who wants to see a movie called Wicked Part 2?
I do.
It's called Wicked for Good.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
No, you're
they
right.
They gave it a subtitle because they like the part, and I guess it's part of why they left the part 1 out of a lot of the marketing stuff.
I think that's great.
I think it makes sense.
Yeah, big time.
All right, well, that's all the news fit to print. Oh, he even jumped up for it. What a pose!
And didn't have my headphones on.
No,
I just timed it.
How did he know?
I know that. So intrinsic.
Yeah, it's just like a phantom fart, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's nothing else
know when
could
it's
describe
coming,
it. Nothing else could describe it.
And you would never get it wrong.
As well as a phantom fart.
Right.
Yeah, big time. In that scenario, you spell fart with a PH, right?
Yeah.
Or do you spell phantom with an F?
Well, both, actually. Yeah. I mean, you don't want to get confused. All right, let's get into trailers this week. We have a list of trailers.
We have 6 trailers this week, David, and
I didn't see the last one, by the way.
You did not miss anything.
Okay.
We have 6 trailers on the list this week. A Working Man, Brave the Dark, Bring Them Down, Hard Eyes, Companion, and In the Lost Lands. And I would say, depending on where you move the needle, we have 4 or 5 really good, maybe 4 good trailers. Maybe
I would
3
say
good
that
trailers.
A good trailer.
All right, let's take it from the top. Okay. Starting off first with everybody's favorite action hero, Jason Statham. Opening in March from MGM Studios, we have A Working Man.
Right.
David, walk us through this gem.
Sylvester Stallone has come out in support of this movie.
As well he should.
Right. I think this is a horribly made trailer in the fact that it's like, what if we took the movie and told you everything that happened in a minute and a half or 2 minutes?
I agree. I feel like I've already seen the movie.
Right. Now, that said, I will totally watch this movie because Jason Statham beating people up.
It's awesome.
It's what I go for.
Who doesn't love Jason Statham?
I mean, you,
right.
but
no, but
but other than
other than me, and everybody knows that's just because I'm an insecure jerk.
But, right. Well, he so clearly had a very personal attack against you.
How could I be blamed? I tell you what, I will also go see this movie, but for a different reason.
What's that?
I think the scene where he's holding the guy in the chair over the pool, that looks awesome.
It does.
He's like, he's like, that's for slapping the girl. And the guy's like, she's my wife. And so he hits him again, and he's like, that's for slapping your wife. Meanwhile, he's dangling him on a chair over the pool. Like, it's just
That's Statham, man.
That's Statham.
Yeah.
It's
I love him as corny as he is.
yeah.
I love him as an action hero.
Yeah, this is a movie. I'm not going to be so bold as to say I will definitely see this movie, but if it works out, and if I'm not doing anything else, and if I have a Friday morning, I'm going to watch this movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Next up, we have what quite possibly could be the biggest movie locally for us in 2025.
Why do you say quite possibly? I mean, this is
It's going to be.
This is a historic milestone for Lancaster County filmmaking. Yeah. This is huge. We're talking about a movie from Angel Studios called Brave the Dark.
Right.
Produced, directed, written, acted, everything local.
Did Derek direct it?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think he produced it.
Okay.
But if you're at all, I was just going to say, if you're at all connected to the film community, then you know everybody involved with this.
Yeah.
But you're telling me you went to school with Derek.
He was like 2 years under me.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. What I'm saying is that this is a movie about a big thing that happened in New Holland, Pennsylvania, that happened while I was at the age to have been there and involved in everything, and I grew up in New Holland.
Really?
And I've never heard of this thing before. So
Yeah.
I'm
not surprised at all, because it's have you seen the movie yet?
No.
No, it's
But
a very
wasn't it in the news?
No, I don't think so. It was I don't know if it was or not, but the way I understand it, it's a very personal thing between the main between the main character and this teacher, Mr. Dean, I believe, is the or no.
Had I gone to public school, I would have been in school when this happened.
Yeah, I think it's a much more personal thing. I mean, it may have been in the news or whatever, but that's not the point. The point is a film made in Lancaster County and shot in Lancaster County was picked up by a major studio, Angel Studios, who, by the way, is putting their full support, rightly so, behind it. I've seen the movie a couple times now. It's amazing. It's a really good movie. And it opens in Lancaster on January 24th, or actually on the 23rd. The car is going to be on site in front of Penn Cinema in Lititz.
Oh.
And we are good friends with everybody involved in this production, and we were just giddy when we heard the news that they got picked up by Angel Studios. That is so fun and so cool. And I've been really enjoying working with Angel Studios for the last couple of years. So I was really excited when I heard that that's who they were moving forward with. It's a perfect match. The movie is heartfelt and inspiring and profound and deep, and it's not overtly religious, but it's certainly faith is a huge part of the story.
Yeah.
And I think So anyway, we're talking about the trailer for Brave the Dark. What did you think of the trailer, David?
I think it's okay.
Yeah.
I think it fits the movie. I don't know how to say it. Like the trailer doesn't really compel me in either direction, other than the confirming that what I thought I was going to see.
Yeah, I thought it was cool because, like I said, I've seen the movie, and it was cool to see the movie through the eyes of a Hollywood. I don't know who made the trailer, but whoever made it designed it to look like a Hollywood trailer, and it did job well done. It looks like every other trailer that comes from Angel Studios.
Yeah.
I thought it was neat. When he got his mugshot, it said New Holland, PA, and when he was in the prison, he had the Lancaster County prison, jumpsuit on.
Right.
I just think it's so cool. A lot of local people supported this film, investing in it and helping make it happen. And they stuck with Derek all the way through, to the end. And it's just such a cool story to see their success. And they had the big premiere, I think, last night at the Fulton, which is super cool. And of course, that's where Witness had their big film premiere.
I'm very much looking forward to seeing this.
Yeah, this is going to be a huge movie. I fully expect that we will be #1 in the country. I have it playing so far. I have it playing in our 3 biggest theaters.
And they're going to sell out, I'm sure.
And they are already selling out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is, I've seen so much buzz about this from people who don't, that know that don't watch movies.
Yeah.
So
Right. Well, the teacher, and I'm butchering his name because I think the main character's name is Nate Dean, but I forget the teacher's name. I apologize to everybody involved because I've met Nate a few times and I forget more than met him. I know him or friends with him now. And I'm getting the last names mixed up, but that's not the point. The point is the teacher is beloved, like not only for this cool, inspiring story with this one particular student, but also just in general, a real legend. I believe, I don't know what school they were at, but, taught for many, many years and was beloved and considered consistently, among one of the best teachers. So leaves, but I think he's now passed away, but, leaves behind an incredible legacy. So that's cool.
The Abacus used to teach at the same school.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Different guy, though.
Different guy.
Yeah.
Same kind of legacy.
Right. I wonder when the Abacus' movie is going to come out.
Not soon enough.
That's
true.
Probably waiting for 26. Good big banner year.
Right.
Yeah.
He wants to make sure he doesn't compete with Shrek 5.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we have a movie called Bring
Them Down.
Bring Them Down, which features the first great quote of the year.
Hit me.
Hit me. Here's the quote. Everybody knows. I'm quoting now.
Yeah.
Everybody knows where there's livestock, there's dead stock.
Was that something that you said, or was that a quote?
That was a quote out of the movie.
Whoa.
That I spoke into this microphone, quotating said film.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
if anyone were to quote us quoting them, that's now 4 quotes.
That's a double quote.
Deep in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you got to use the single quotation? Do you say like Penn with the double quote and then what I read with the single line, like the one? I never understood when to use the double quote and the.
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that question. I think it's double. I think it's single and then double.
I have a friend who's a grammar graduate with a degree in English. She now runs a nonprofit, but she doesn't listen to the show. So she's dead to me.
Is she really a friend then?
Right? No, obviously not.
Yeah, clearly.
Anyway, so the movie's called Bring Them Down. Stars Barry. How do you say his last name? Cohen.
Hogan. Keegan.
Hogan's Heroes. Keegan.
Starts with a K.
Keegan's probably right.
Keegan.
Anyway, you know him. You can picture him. He was amazing. Oh, I'm blanking on that movie.
The Flash.
Flash?
I'm just kidding. He kind of looks like the guy who plays the Flash.
Yeah, a little bit. He's been, the guy.
Yeah,
when you
you've
look at
seen
his
him.
face, you're going to be like, oh, that guy.
Yeah.
And he's great. And this looks to me, I can't quite tell if I want to see this movie or not, but it looks good. It looks intriguing. I love the fact that it appears to be like shot on site in Ireland. Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The premise is it's 2 families in Ireland that have sheep that are
Rams
that are messing with each other's flock, or maybe it's just one flock that's being messed with.
Yeah.
It's hard to like fully grasp.
Right. It's a little unclear who's the bad guy, who's the partner. There's this one particular moment where Barry is like grinning mischievously at the camera, but you can't tell if he's like grinning because he's the one that stole the sheep or if he's grinning because he's like, sucks for you. You know what I mean? It's a little bit hard to read.
I think that's where the trailer fails. Like, they're probably trying to reserve mystery for this movie, but at the same time, instead of us wondering who's doing what, we're left wondering what is this movie about.
Right.
So,
I now the more I talk about it, the more I actually do want to see it.
I mean, I want to see it.
Yeah. I think if nothing more, it's going to be well crafted.
Pinky's out.
Yeah, pinky's out.
Speaking of well crafted,
if you're going to call something well crafted, you better goddamn well have your pinky out.
Speaking of well crafted, if you're looking for a slasher film,
Have I got a deal for you?
yeah, Heart Eyes.
Can I just say one more thing about Bring Them Down?
Yeah, please.
I think they really missed an opportunity.
Yeah.
This is a whole movie about flocks and sheep and goats and rams and shepherds. They really missed the opportunity to work something into the dialogue about one shepherd saying to the other shepherd, let's get the flock out of here.
Hey, we haven't seen the movie yet.
Oh, that's true. They're probably saving it. Yeah.
To the movie, right?
Okay, next up, we got an amazing slasher film from Sony that comes out the week before Valentine's Day, and the movie is called Heart Eyes. David, walk us through this incredible cinematic feat.
I think that if you are into slash films and light comedic slash films, this is going to be right up your alley. Enough so that a part of me is almost like, I kind of curious enough. It looks like it could be fun.
I definitely want to see this.
Basically, it's about a guy who kills people on dates on Valentine's Day in Saw-esque fashion. And it looks like one couple starts to fight back. But he's been doing it for years. Right. I don't know how many years. So that's part of the comedy. And I think the part that really like drove it home for me, and probably for you too, is towards the end of the trailer, the lead couple's leaving, and their friends go, "Hey, don't die tonight." And they're like, "Well, why would they say that?"
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
I hope that's the opening scene. Like, it's got to be in the opening scene.
Yeah, like they don't know before they know what's going on.
Right,
here.
right. Yeah. This is my trailer of the week. This is obviously trailer of the week, right?
Not for me.
Okay. Well, then, I guess, since you're obviously drunk, you can go ahead and take the next trailer.
I'm wondering if you saw this, because I would have thought this would have been up there for you too.
Companion?
Yeah.
From Warner Brothers on January 31st?
Starring... Well, it stars... I tried to explain something to someone this week. I said, I knew no names, but when I look into those baby browns...
Yes.
The names just whoop right out of my head.
I get that a lot.
No, it stars Jack Quaid.
Okay, yeah.
And I can't remember the lady's name. And we saw a trailer for this ages ago, a teaser.
Yeah.
And we didn't know what it was about. We thought it was about two people torturing each other.
I will give you this. This is a great trailer, and I'm inclined to see the movie. It didn't look as fun as Heart Eyes looked.
So the premise of this is a universe where you can get a in-house lifelike robot sex doll. And
companion.
Companion. Yeah. Well, in the movie, they call it a sex doll. So that's fine.
No, I know.
In the trailer. But Jack Quaid has one, and apparently he's a little sadistic with it. You know, you can tell it to do whatever, and you can have all these settings in it. And at some point, the doll finds the thing that controls it and sees that its intelligence is really low, and puts it up the other way, and then starts...
I would like to find the setting for me.
Yeah.
And
one
up
broke.
I would love to get into the controller.
I had it on my phone. Yeah. I dropped my phone.
Right. Because I'm an idiot. Right. I mean,
I didn't say that.
I mean, it's ironic. I'm too stupid to find the thing to up my intelligence.
Right. Yeah. But
if I was smarter, I could find it, but then I wouldn't need it.
No, exactly.
Yeah, it's brutal. It ain't easy.
It isn't being
Nope, that's for sure.
There's some good moments in this. Like, apparently, like, people are supposed to watch over her, and they're like on the phone, like, "Oh, we got her tied up."
Yeah, don't worry, we got her tied up.
She's escaping, and the guy's like, "Hey, don't worry."
Yeah,
you know.
Why is he poking him? Why is he trying to get his attention?
Because she's escaping.
Because in the background, she's slipping out of the patio door like no big deal.
Right.
You know, skipping off to her freedom while the guy's on the phone going, "No, don't worry about it. We got her tied up."
Gotta take it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, this movie's called Companion. It comes from Warner Brothers. It looks pretty good. I was surprised at the end to see the IMAX tag on that. That's a little bit news to me, so I wonder if that's maybe in select locations.
This comes out soon, though, right?
January 31st.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's real soon. I mean, they waited this long to put out a full trailer, which is crazy.
Yeah. I have noticed there's a lot of smaller titles coming out in the next 2 months where the movie, I'm not talking about this particular one, but like, for example, let's say a movie comes out February 7th and they're like, tickets on sale January 29th. I'm like, 8 days?
Yeah.
Like, what the hell? I will never understand that. Just like a lot of my competitors, you know, if you skip ahead on Fandango or on their website or on my website, you skip ahead on my website, you see tons of movies that are coming out in the future. You know, you skip ahead on somebody else's website. Sometimes you see, like, I'm thinking of one particular competitor who doesn't put showtimes on sale for the Wednesday, Thursday of that week until the weekend.
Right.
Like, are you kidding me? Like, what if I want to go see a movie Thursday? Like, I got to just hope that you'll put it up there later. Like, it's just, I don't understand that. If I had a customer that was considering coming to Penn Cinema, I would want to be able to sell them a ticket as soon as possible. Like, lock that in. Let's make that commitment. I mean, isn't that sales 101?
Right. Yeah.
All right.
I'm totally there with you.
All right. Last but not least, we have an amazing trailer called In the Lost Lands from Vertical, which stars one of my all-time favorite actors, Dave Bautista, and Milo Jankovic. Djokovic?
Oh, I did watch this one. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I thought
that's how much I completely forgot about.
It looks awful. I hate both of them. And
my thought of watching this was it wins the award for least amount of sets actually made.
Right. And it also
all green screen.
I just kept thinking, this is the poor man's Mad Max. Poor man's Furiosa.
Yeah.
You know, it's a similar, I don't know, it's probably a totally different plot, but it has that same similar vibe. I'm not buying it. I don't want to see it.
I have this weird thing where I respect Mila Jovovich so much.
Who?
Mila Jovovich.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't.
Jovovich. I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. I respect Mila so much.
Oh, Mila, that's the safer route. Let's just stick on the first name basis.
Mila J.
Right. Remember we used to give nicknames? What was that? Ichabod Elbow?
Ichabod Elbow? Yeah. I respect her so much, yet I don't think that she's done a good movie since The Fifth Element.
Yeah.
And like a lot of it is she is married to a director who makes her the star in all of his movies, and he makes these movies that are schlock. Is schlock the right word? They're just like, they're not meant to be good as much as they're just meant to like keep a property out there and in the like all the Resident Evil movies or whatever. Like, you know, a very low key. If you're into that movie, it's a fun time, but it's not going to break. You know?
Yeah, she's been in some. I don't know.
Right.
I feel like on this show we've frequently mentioned so and so as being such a great actor, and then we say like she just doesn't make bad movies. And I feel like you cannot say that about Mila Jovovich.
Yeah, I can't say that she's even a great actor. I just said that I respect her. Like, when she talks about film or anything like that, like she's a very intelligent, very like well-versed person about the industry. Yeah. And seems like, oh man, when you hear an interview with her, you're like, how could I ever miss anything that she's in? But it's the stuff that she chooses to be in is not
She was in Zoolander, and she was in Dazed and Confused, which I just happen to remember. I would not have
remembered her in either of those movies.
She was also in Chaplin, which might have been her first movie. That was way back in 1992. Chaplin. Looks like it's a movie about Charlie Chaplin.
Interesting.
But anyway, those are trailers. My trailer of the week is Heart Eyes. David's trailer of the week is Companion. And then we give a special shout out to Brave the Dark because it's fun to see their trailer coming through the mainstream. It's so fun for me to see Brave the Dark coming through all the normal channels. Yeah. Whether it's Angel Studios and the boxoffice.com and, you know, all these sites that are projecting and, you know, that kind of stuff.
That's awesome.
Super cool. Congratulations to them. What do we got this week?
Well, first off, that's all the trailers. That was way off. That phantom fart came a little later than you thought it would.
It always does, but there's no extra cue. I haven't really nailed it yet.
Yeah, there's the beat, there's the drop.
Right.
Beat.
Right.
Beat.
Yeah. I got to just wait for the drop.
You got to wait for the fart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so those are our trailers. David, this week we have reviews for A Complete Unknown and A Better Man. Yeah. A Better Man. And out of total respect for you, I'm going to just let you handle both of these reviews.
Total respect.
Yes.
Wow.
I feel like I don't have anything to contribute in light of your excellence, in light of your well-rounded, knowledgeable, you know, instincts.
I have things to say.
Okay, hit me.
I got a lot of things to say.
Boy.
Would you like, where do you want to start? good, bad? Is there a movie?
No, let's just go right down the line. The first movie is A Complete Unknown,
Okay.
which stars Timothy Chalamet as the legendary Bob Dylan. What do you think?
This movie is not worth your time. It's fine. Let me put that as this. It's incredibly low, middle of the road. In that I don't understand a lot of things about this movie. Like it fails on so many levels that it's insane. In that in as a movie, it fails on so many levels. Because I watched this movie and I understand the motivation of a lot of the side characters. I don't understand. At no point do they explain, or do they? Does it teach you like why did Bob Dylan want to become a singer? Like, what was his motivation behind the songs? Why did he decide to go electric? Then why did he so adamantly fight to like push the electric vibe of his stuff? Bob Dylan is not a character in this movie. He is a side character in this movie to the music. I feel like this movie, where it fails, where it could have done so well, is it's like, okay, this happened, and then Bob Dylan sung this song at this place. So now we're going to stop the story, stop progression, stop emotions, play the song. But it's not like, we don't get like, oh, this song was inspired by this event, and then look, he played it here, and it meant something to him, and like inspired him to go forward, or he hated it, and he goes forward. Like, only thing that you get from this is that he was an ass, and he treated people like shit, and very selfish, and like, so you understand like the people interacting with him way more, because you get their like build up of their hopes and dreams that they're putting into him, and I guess that's part of it. And then like what they're getting out of him, and how that either does or doesn't fit like what they wanted, or where they're going in life, or why like his love, like why she can't be with him. She puts it as everyone loves to see the magician spinning the plates, and it'd be great to be the magician, but I'm just a plate being spun. That's what she tells him. She's like, and it's no fun to be the plate. So, like, that makes sense. But and I saw this movie with my mother, who was very excited as a Bob Dylan fan to watch this. And her complaint is the movie ends without any of the parts of Bob Dylan's story that she said are the interesting things. Because it ends, he goes electric and pisses everybody off, and then the movie's over. And she's like, well, it misses the whole thing of him, like, yeah, he has if you want to look at it a religious aspect, he has a faith-based part of his story, but then like he eventually comes back to folk music, and like what that meant to go back to it, and why did he go back to it, and like all that part of his career. But instead, it just makes this movie is just like, they never explain why, like I said, why he wants to be a musician. He shows up at the beginning of the movie. He's discovered. Time flies like that. It's like all of a sudden months later, and he's being shown around and performed by Edward Norton's character. I can't remember his name, but he was a famous folk guy.
Guthrie.
No, Guthrie's in the hospital.
Seeger.
Pete Seeger. And so he's being shown around at all these things, but like it's just, you get like, you see more of, what's the girl that he performed a lot with?
Joan Baez.
You see more of her growth and what it means for her to be a singer than you do for him. He's just like, she's meant to be a foil, but there's so little like exploration into the driving forces behind him that it so foils to show you like why she's doing things and what this means to her, and basically how he's screwing it up for her.
Interesting.
So anyway, I left this movie thinking, And then since yesterday, I've thought, man, I cannot recommend this movie to anyone.
I am definitely going to go watch it.
Really?
Yes, because I mean, Bob Dylan is one of my top musical heroes. I'm not referencing whether he's great or not. Well, no, it won't crush it because it doesn't change his songs.
That's the thing. This movie was almost like someone was like, I love Bob Dylan's music. I feel like you could have more of an emotional journey sitting down and listening to Bob Dylan's music, which is great, than you'll have watching this movie.
Well, I just really want to see it so I can come back and share with you my perspective. I was interested to hear you say your mom is a big Bob Dylan fan and she didn't really love the movie. I think that I have people who know and track and sort of have, I don't want to use the word study because I've never studied Bob Dylan, but when you look at his arc, his decision to play electric at the jazz festival or folk festival or whatever that was. I mean, that is a historic point in time for music.
Yes.
Not just for Bob Dylan, but for everything. And his decision to later come back to folk music is sort of a great example of any artist having a variety of sounds and, not limiting themselves to one genre and one, format. And so his decision to go electric and then also include folk in his, toolbox down the line is profound. And so I would love to see how I'm dying to see the movie, even in light of how you didn't like it.
What you just told me there was more information and more meaningful than the movie projected it, because the movie does not make it out to be this, he's standing up for, he's standing up to bring this new kit of music. The movie paints it as the big bads want to control him and tell him that he has to do this thing. And then in light of all of his personal contacts and friends, he just flips him the bird and plays this anyway.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have it doesn't have any meaning behind it.
But there was 100 huge artists in his shadow who were chomping at the bit to do the same, and he broke that ice, and he sort of broke that path
they don't
forward.
Convey that at all.
Yeah.
I mean, Johnny Cash is there and edges him on, but there's no context as to why Johnny Cash is edging him on, other than that he's Johnny Cash and he's his hero.
Yeah. All right. The other movie you watched is A Better Man, starring.
So A Complete Unknown.
Oh yeah.
Worst movie,
obviously.
The other movie I saw was A Better Man. Better Man.
Which I can tell you without having seen.
Yeah.
It's the worst movie ever made.
Now, this is my movie to beat this year. I am 100% telling you, Penn, this movie will probably be in my top 5 at the end of the year. You're laughing.
I am laughing hard.
But I'm telling you, this movie is abso-fucking-lutely fantastic.
Wow.
Yeah.
So now I got to see that one too.
All of the things that Bob Dylan's movie did wrong, this movie gets right.
Wow, that's interesting because I didn't put it together, but there is a real parallel between the two titles.
Yes. That's part of the reason I pushed myself to see both. Because I was like, well, we'll see and I completely assumed Bob Dylan's movie was going to be Superior. Now, you could argue, because Bob Dylan's movie is more dramatic or whatever, like it's the better made, quote unquote, film.
Right.
And I would have a hard time arguing better made film with you. But if you want to talk about story
and movie,
I think that that Better Man is not just the better movie, but I completely stand by it being the movie to beat this year.
Wow.
For me, for now. I mean, there's a lot of year left.
Right.
So, but I still, just like when I saw Whale 2 years ago, I think this will be in my top 5 at the end of the year.
Yeah.
You forget about the monkey thing very quickly.
I'm sure.
And people don't understand, because everyone's like, it's the monkey movie. The whole idea is that he's like, so first off, Robbie Williams was Taylor Swift level in the 80s and 90s in England.
Okay.
So if you imagine that kind of buzz around a superstar in just your country. So it'd be like, imagine that no one else had heard about Taylor Swift and we were like, oh, she's amazing. And everyone's just like, whatever, and they ignored her. That's what the UK is thinking, that we're not seeing this, that Americans are not seeing this movie. They don't understand how we couldn't.
David, when I say this movie is not doing business,
Oh yeah,
this was 17th out of 17 titles. It was beat by at least 4 different titles that were playing 1 or 2 shows a day.
yeah.
And it wasn't even close. It wasn't even close to the 16th title. This is the lowest opening weekend gross that I think in Lititz I've ever seen from a mainstream Paramount. Easily the lowest gross ever from a Paramount movie.
Yeah.
And maybe the lowest gross from a mainstream studio that I've ever seen.
It'll be interesting to see what the international box office is.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll do dramatically better in the UK. And I'm glad you liked it. I mean, you and I were hyped. You know, we got into this after a while.
Penn, you need to see this movie. Okay, look, it's not only good just in general, it's one of the best musicals I've seen in ages. I'm going to discount Wicked because it's a Broadway production, but it was so refreshing to see a non-Lin-Manuel Miranda musical. And this really drives home how bad his musicals are, because not only does the music convey the emotional journey of the character singing it, and granted, these are all released songs, right?
Yeah.
The stuff happening in the movie coincides with what inspired the songs that he wrote, which means that not only are they conveying the emotion of the character, but it also drives the plot of the movie forward. Lin-Manuel Miranda writes songs to be hit on the radio that makes you think about the movie you saw it in, not songs to progress the plot of the movie. I will stand by that. His current stuff is trash.
What was his most recent film?
Mufasa.
I will say that when we started bad-mouthing Lin-Manuel Miranda, Kayla was upset.
Well, okay.
And then she went and saw Mufasa.
Yeah.
And she came back and she said to Amy, "Mom, Dad was right." Which shook the whole family because nobody has ever expressed that.
Time.
Right. That sentence has never been said in my house before. Right. Oh, you mean your real dad?
Yeah. This can't be
right.
What?
Right. Okay. So A Complete Unknown, worst ever.
You think I'm done talking about this movie?
Oh God, no! Please, by all means.
You can't be bored. Just
No,
I'm being happy about
I'm
a
on
movie.
the edge of my seat.
You're poo-pooing all over and you haven't even seen. You're like instantly want to shut me down because this movie didn't make money.
David, I am so sorry.
Can you have a personal feeling without involving the theaters?
No, I cannot. But please, by all means.
I'm just saying that this movie is excellent. All right, it conveys things in a very well made way. It has this great thing where, you know how in musicals like everyone stops and like sings.
Yeah.
Right. First off, that doesn't happen often, but when it does happen, it's hilarious because it's. It conveys like how in his mind everything revolves around him, right? So what he's doing, it looks like everyone's like singing and dancing with him, but it's all circumstantially things that are just happening. So like, for instance, they burst a big thing full of gumballs and they're all over the ground, and people are like tripping on them. But as they're tripping on them and they're near him, it looks like they're dancing with him. But as they get closer to the edge of the screen, like they just fall over because they were falling.
Right.
Or like he's in the street, like he's dancing in the spotlight, and then he does like spins out of the move. What was a car coming at him? And the car like crashes off the side of the road to like not hit him. And like, so all these things are happening on the side of the screen of like him causing all this mayhem. But in the center of the screen, it looks like everyone's singing and dancing and celebrating with him.
Well, what was that Indian movie you loved? They kept having all these song breaks, dance breaks.
Oh, Saho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm picturing, but in a funnier way. Sounds like you're saying it's funny.
No, but it fits into the movie.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. No, I'm not at all poo-pooing it, and I will definitely see it based on your recommendation.
Better.
I watched Daddy-O.
Yeah, it took you long enough. But
well, I think next week we're going to get a listener's news, notes, and feedback from a young listener who watched Daddy-O.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
I think there is a listener who has stated that her goal is to watch all 20 movies, or 17 because some overlapped, that between the two of us, that we included in our top 10.
Really?
Yeah.
Who is this?
She's young. I don't know. We'll wait for her to write in, but she lives really close to me. like
a
down the
couple
hall,
rooms
down the hall. Yeah. So yeah. And anyway, so I'm not sure. We'll have to see what she thinks of Daddy-O, but
Right. Well, Better Man is the best movie.
Better Man, and not only is Better Man the best movie you've ever seen, but also I'll just underscore for the record, so Abacus has an easier time looking it up 12 months from now.
Yeah.
This is the first movie you're putting on the block for
Yeah. What
our
I'm
top
saying
10
is,
list of 25.
if you see this movie, and I want to encourage you to see this movie before you see A Complete Unknown.
Okay.
So that you're not like too star-studded by your boy Bob Dylan, and contrast how these movies are made as movies, and it'll just point out so much how the Bob Dylan movie did not do a good job.
Interesting.
Yeah. All right, that's it. That's all I got.
That's it.
Can you handle it?
No, let's talk more about A Better Man.
I could talk so much more. I was so excited to talk to you about this movie. Thankfully, you hadn't seen it, so I could just talk the whole time.
What if I had seen it and didn't like it? Can you imagine how
We would have had a good.
Yeah.
It's what you call a good conversation.
a good conversation?
Instead, you just listen to me.
Yeah.
Which is also what I call a good conversation. All right, let's move on to listeners' notes. Next week
Please.
we're going to look ahead, but are we going to watch September 5th?
September 5th.
We have time. Are we going to have a show next week?
Yeah, we'll have a show next
Sure.
week. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why we wouldn't.
Well, you've got a lot of stuff on the weekend.
I'm fine. Yep. Yeah, we'll have a show next week. And we'll watch September 5th. I'm also actually excited to see Wolfman,
Oh, that comes out next week too.
which means that I have 4 titles: Complete Unknown, Better Man, Wolfman, and September 5th.
I think come Tuesday, because you're too busy Monday.
Right.
You're going to have to be like, Drew, I think you got to hold down the house.
Yeah.
I got stuff to do.
I don't tell Drew that he needs to hold down the house.
just does.
I just go watch a movie and he's like on his own.
All right, now time for listener feedback, quotes, comments, questions, so forth and so on, which I'd like to start with our newest. And this will be edited better next time.
This is not a new listener.
No.
This is not a new writer.
But they finally moved into the echelon of having
The Hall of Fame.
their introduction.
Can you fly this plane and land it?
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
That's right.
Can you land this plane already?
Can you let Nick land this plane already?
I think we should add to that. I think it should be Nick Landis plane already, Shirley.
Nick, surely you can land this plane already.
Nick Landis plane already, Shirley wrote in regarding The Brutalist. I did read his letter and then confirm with the studio. So I'll read what he wrote in and then I'll share with you the response that I found from A24. The topic is this movie, The Brutalist, which I tried to watch a trailer last week, but you assured me we had already seen it.
Right.
Is that what we did last
Yes.
week? Yeah. This
However, I was wrong.
you were wrong.
Because I saw before one of the movies I watched this weekend was a new Brutalist commercial trailer that I had not seen before. So
David Moulton was wrong.
I mean, Dad was right. David was wrong.
Right.
First time ever.
Yeah. Wow. I feel like we should just stop the show there.
It's over.
That's it. We had a good run.
You're like, it took 6 years. I did it. I proved him wrong.
Nick Landis plane already, Shirley writes in, and he says, no, you know what it is? Nick Landis plane already wrote in, and Shirley, he wrote. Interesting that The Brutalist will be the first film with an intermission at Penn Cinema. So from a technical perspective, how does that work? Are the house lights programmed into the movie, or is that something you will have to program in manually? I also wonder if you thought about mentioning the intermission on the website. I feel like a 3-hour, 55-minute runtime listed could intimidate a lot of people. Very interesting. So from a technical perspective, it's super easy. No movies arrive with any light cues programmed in. So every single movie that opens, we take the trailer before the movie starts, the last trailer before the movie starts, and we put a cue in there called feature. And what that does is that lowers the lights. So you're watching a bunch of trailers, and then the lights go down, and the last trailer plays. And that happens because we put a cue in called the feature. When you get to the end of the movie and lights come up, that's because we put in a cue called credits. And I think there are two. I think there might be a credits queue and then also a scroll queue. So credits come up halfway so that for films that are artsy and for whatever reason want the lights to come up halfway when they go to credits, but they want you to still watch the credits. And then when it goes to scroll, when it just now converts to like, scrolling everybody who had anything to do with the film, then the lights come all the way up. So having now explained to you how the lighting cues work, I did reach out to A24 and asked them about The Brutalist, and they said, yes, we will be, when we receive the film and put it together in our system, we will have a light cue, the normal feature at the beginning that starts, and then there is an intermission, and we will put in a cue that programs the lights to come up, and then we'll put in another cue to have lights go back down.
You will, or
yes.
they are.
No, they tell us when, and then when we set up the movie, we will insert the cues so that the lights go up when they go to credits and come down when they're done. So then Nick also asked if we thought about mentioning the intermission on the website because 4 hours is an intimidating time. I think that's a great idea, and we will. But I also think, and David, I'm curious what you think, I also think anybody who wants to see this movie is probably aware of the deal.
No.
Interesting.
I think anyone who wants to see this movie will come regardless.
Gotcha.
I think that's the difference.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So do you think we need to make a big deal about the intermission, or just sort of it is what it is?
I think it's probably a good idea to list it.
Yeah.
Because the movie's actually 3:30, right?
Is it?
And then there's a 20-minute intermission.
Oh, right. Yes.
So I think it's a good thing to put that. It includes 20-minute intermission.
Well, and that is the other thing that A24 did clarify is that the total runtime does include.
Yeah.
I thought it was a 15-minute intermission, but whatever.
Because I had someone arguing with me when I said, oh, it has an intermission. Like, well, I looked it up and it only said it was this long. Not as long as you were saying. And I was like, oh, well, that clearly includes the the exact difference is the intermission.
Right.
So, I would think it's a good idea to put it on there. I don't think it needs to be like more heavily broadcast than in the description of the movie on the website.
Yeah. So anyway, that's the deal with The Brutalist.
Ooh. Well, look, if you want to be a part of the show like Nick Landis plain surely did, you can do that by emailing us at podcast@penncinema.com.
Our fresh, brand new 2025 email address.
That's the first time ever.
podcast@penncinema.com.
Yeah, which brings me to the bigger question of the day.
The bigger? Biggest?
Yeah. Biggest.
Biggerest. Biggerest.
What is up with you, Penn? Well,
I think that's a lot better than previous weeks. I think the difference is you playing the trumpet in person adds a real depth.
Before I had pre-recorded it.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
The first time I was like,
let's do it live. We've been doing this whole show with the trumpet on the table next to you.
Yeah.
And I was thinking to myself, like, oh, God.
What is that for?
What are we doing here?
Is this a Bill Clinton type thing?
Right. What are we doing?
Yeah.
And so then it makes complete sense when you played the introduction in person. Like, it's so much better, the depth, the richness of the tone.
What I'm sure helped is the 3 feet away from me that you are.
Right.
The trumpet 2 feet, making it only 1 foot. So,
right.
Yeah, you really drove it home for you.
The trumpet is an instrument you want up close and personal.
I've always said that.
Right. Everybody knows that.
Closer the better.
I used to sing my kids to sleep at night with a trumpet.
Sing them to sleep with a trumpet.
What's up with me? I have been super busy. I couldn't possibly tell you what, but I just feel like I've not had any time. But we did make time, and we all three of us watched Moonstruck.
Oh, nice.
So good.
Yeah.
Just such a good, fun, feel-good, easy movie. And as you know, it's on my all-time list, in top 3.
Wow.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Moonstruck, in case you're not aware, in case there's a listener who's not aware, Moonstruck is a 1991, I think, or 90 or something like 80. I thought it was in the 80s, but Amy and I looked it up, and it's like 81 or something. It's a more, or I'm sorry, 91. I think it's a more modern movie than I thought. And anyway, it doesn't matter what year it was. It stars Cher
and
Nicolas Cage, and they are both, and Danny Aiello and what's her face, the Olympia Dukakis, and it's just an absolute masterpiece.
We should note this is pre the Ray Cage stunts.
This is right. This is before when this movie came out. No, there was no Cage.
Right.
This was I want to say this was his first big deal role.
It wasn't, but yeah. Okay. For you.
For me, it was.
I have a story after
It certainly
the show.
was. All right.
Yeah.
All right. David, what's up for you?
I'll tell you what's up with you.
Yeah.
With me.
Oh, are you going to tell us about the Yof?
I can tell you about the Yof.
The loaf
I love
of the Yof.
We have, this is one of the things of recording on Tuesday and then again on Sunday.
Yeah.
Not much has happened.
Right.
I saw 2 movies in the theater.
Yeah.
And that was most of my free time.
Right.
So, not much happened. I finished the book, The Wizard's First Rule, and thoroughly enjoyed it, and will be moving on to the next one, even though I've already read it. But
Is the next book called The Wizard's Second Rule?
It's called
If it's not called The Wizard's Second Rule, I'm not reading it.
The First Bones, or something of the Bones. Or,
Oh, so it's the Wizard's First Rule, and the second one is the Wizard's First Date, and the second one is Wizard's First Trumpet.
meal.
First dinner.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Do you want to know what the Wizard's First Rule is?
Yes, I do actually. I don't want to know anything about the book. If there is a Wizard's First Rule,
You want to know what it is.
like Fight Club, I want to know what the first rule
The
is.
Wizard's First Rule is people are stupid and want to believe what they want to believe, which translates into sometimes a trick is the same thing as magic.
I feel stupid because now I want to read this book. Okay, I'm on board with this wizard guy.
Yeah.
Definitely, singing from the same hymnal there.
Yeah, and that's what happens. Sometimes they're like, "Did you really do that with your magic?" It's like, "Well, does it matter?" Like,
Doesn't matter.
I mean, they thought I did.
Right.
So, what's the difference? Anyway, that's about it. The Skeleton Crew, I'm still quite enjoying, and it's only got one more show left, and that's about it.
Yeah.
So, and how that affects Yof is I didn't really have time to watch anything anyway, so no big deal.
No slice of the life of Yof.
No slice.
No slice of lice from the loaf of Yof.
So next week we will be back with a look forward at 2025. So get your periscopes ready, and then and also September 5th if we have
Land ho!
Land ho! All right. Well, once again, for the Penn Cinema Podcast, let me tell you, if you want to get in touch with us, the best way to do that
were you trying to sign off and then you forgot?
My man.
It's that's what it sounded like.
I told you. I look into those baby browns, and it just floods right out of the head. If you want to be a part of the show, the best way to do that, email us.
And I'm Penn Ketchum.
And our brand new email.
Right.
Podcast at PennCinema.com.
So good.
Let me tell you a quick aside.
Yeah, hit me.
About our email.
Yeah.
So the person who we recently have acquired as a fan.
Yeah.
Listened to the show, and then she says to me, I said, "Well, what'd you think?" She goes, "Oh, I've got notes.
Oh, great.
I wrote stuff down.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk later."
Oh, I can't wait.
And she's like, "If you didn't want me to talk about movies, it was bad to show me this."
Boy.
I was like, "I didn't say that."
Yeah.
And she came to me with a bunch of notes and questions and stuff. And she's like, "Well, I mean,
where were they? Why didn't?"
She's like, "Well, what about that?" And I'm like, she's like, "I'm gonna probably at least have notes. You can just write into the show." Ooh. And it was like, whoa.
And yet,
head blown. Yeah. I gave her.
Why?
Direct connect.
Oh God.
To answers to the questions.
Anytime my kids ask me something, I always tell them, just write into the show.
I do that too, but people have gotten annoyed with it.
Dad, what are we doing this weekend? Right into the show. We'll tell you.
Check the show.
What's for dinner? Right into the show. We'll tell you.
Can you pick up milk on the way home?
Right into the show.
Brand new email, podcast.
Dad, do you love me? Right into the show.
Exactly.
If you would listen to the show, you would know. You know, that's it.
Yeah, I got in trouble for saying that a couple times too. So, all right, say you've got a more complicated thing than just you want to show support more than just writing it.
Right.
What's the best way to do that?
Well, David, it's funny that you would bring your trumpet to the show today, because what I wanted to tell you was that I have been hearing consistently from a lot of musicians.
Really?
And what they've been doing is, what they like to do is they bring their trumpet and they get right up next to someone and they're like, do you want to hear something? And then the person, thinking that they're going to play some beautiful trumpet music, says, yes, I would love to hear something. And then while they're holding the trumpet, looking like they're prepared to play it, with their left hand they hold the trumpet, with the right hand they get their phone out and play the Penn Cinema podcast. And people are just consistently thrilled.
That's the crazy part.
I mean, people think they want to hear chamber music, but what they really want to hear is Penn Cinema podcast.
Right. And especially last week, I heard people were like, what's this? Let me play something for you. And they're like, it's just a quick 1 hour and 45 minutes.
It's a quick almost 2 hours. No problem. Wait, where are you going?
You got a minute?
You got a minute or 99?
I want to sit here with you.
You got 100 minutes? You got 104 minutes?
Exactly.
Wait, where are you going?
I don't understand. Well, all right. We'll say you don't own an instrument.
If you don't, for some reason.
Yeah.
If for some reason you don't own a trumpet, first of all, go get one.
Yeah, what's your deal?
What's the problem? Second of all, tell a friend. Tell a friend how much you enjoy the show. We would really appreciate it. And if you don't have any friends, correction, you do.
Tell us.
Tell us how much you love the show.
Yeah. All right. Well, once again, for the Penn Cinema podcast, I'm David Wilton.
And I'm Penn Ketchum. Take care and party on.
Thanks for joining us this episode. Our hosts would love to hear from you. To contact the show with your thoughts and reviews, email podcast@penncinema.com. This podcast is a production of Penn Cinema. Escape to the movies at Penn Cinema, featuring crisp digital projection, killer sound, reserved seating, and premium power recliners. With locations in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, Wilmington, Delaware, and Huntington Valley, Pennsylvania. Showtimes and tickets available at www.penncinema.com.